And back to politics now. Pennsylvania Congresswoman Madeleine Dean is one of the many people in Pennsylvania saying that Shapiro would be a great choice if he joins the ticket. Her governor. Joining us now is the Congresswoman. Congressman, thank you very much. Talk to me about Josh Shapiro, because to some people's surprise, one of your senators, John Fetterman, has been feuding with Josh Shapiro. So how do you have a vice presidential choice who is being attacked by one of his own home state senators?
Well, it's very good to be with you. Thank you for inviting me, Andrea. And God bless the people in the South who are struggling with this storm. I'm very excited. I'm sitting here in a local Glenside Democratic campaign office. I'm not in a legislative space, so I can talk politics with you. And I'm very excited about the possibility of our own governor, Josh Shapiro, being the choice for vice president. I don't want my enthusiasm to get ahead of me, because I do believe it is entirely Kamala Harris's choice. And the good news is we have such a talented bench. But man, oh man, wouldn't Josh Shapiro be a terrific choice? I've known him for more than 20 years. I actually ran, Andrea, I don't know if you know this, but I ran and filled his former state representative seat, the 153rd, when he went on to county government before attorney general, and then of course, become our governor. He is a man of faith and family and service to community. So it's mighty exciting to me to think that he might be the choice. He's been a good friend and a mentor to me.
And talk to me about Fetterman, because wouldn't it be more than a little bit awkward to have your own Democratic senator attacking you if you're the new vice presidential choice on the ticket?
Oh, I'm a little puzzled by Senator Fetterman's comments. I have to tell you, I've been on the stump with Senator Fetterman. I consider him a friend as well. And the idea of ambition, I guess anybody who runs for any political office must have some sense of ambition. But I also think it's a falsely placed thing, because we all have ambitions in life, ambitions to succeed at whatever our work is, ambitions to succeed as a parent or as a grandparent. So I'm not really sure about the statement by the senator, but I do know that Josh supported him over and over again, and I'm hoping maybe that was taken a little out of context, because what I have seen in the growth of Josh Shapiro over the course of these years is an ambition to serve others, grounded in his family, grounded in his faith. He is ambitious to serve his community, no matter how big that community becomes.
What states would he help Kamala Harris in outside of Pennsylvania, where he is hugely popular, and which is a must-win state?
He's terrifically popular here, as you know, and we have the critical Keystone State. I know you have some roots here in our Commonwealth. We're going to be the Keystone State again, and with those 19 electoral votes, that will be fuel for this electoral win. But what Josh offers is not only is he a very good public servant of extraordinary experience, executive experience at that, but he also is an extraordinary communicator. I think that's something the Trump campaign and J.D. Vance are a little worried about. So I know that Josh, whether he's in Pennsylvania, and this is, of course, only if he's the pick. I don't want to get ahead of the announcements because I have no inside scoop. But if he is the pick, he will be successful on the stump in every state, but particularly these battleground states, states that are like Pennsylvania, that have deep roots in unions, that are split states, that are moderate. He is going to appeal to a tremendous broad swath of voters, not just Democrats, Republicans, independents, women, especially on the issue of freedom and choice. Josh will do well, would serve well on the stump in any state.
Congresswoman Madeleine Dean from the great Keystone State, thank you very much.